Hey everybody, so we're going to talk about some brewing water today. High level because I like to keep my stuff not too scientific as it is good stuff to know, but how I learn is more the high level and then not getting too nitty gritty in ions and stuff like that. So this will be a high level video, more meant for not necessarily new home brewers, but also that, but also for um, brewers that want to improve the quality of your beer. Now, what kind of water should you be using for home brewing? That is a very loaded question to start with, but we're going to look at if you have soft water or hard water. So soft water generally comes from a city type water supplied from a pipe, as opposed to now there is some hard water instances where it comes supplied from a pipe and you have to use a water softener sort of thing. Um, but most generally, your water that comes from so I grew up in Wayne County, Michigan, so the Detroit water plant used to supply that, and they would clean it, and it was generally not hard, didn't smell like anything in most cases, um, and that would be in the soft category most likely. Um, and then hard water usually comes from a well, and if you live on a well, you usually have a water softener for sure, in most cases, but you never know. But what does soft water mean? It just means that the water is low in calcium and magnesium. Now, calcium is necessary for brewing. So, what what can you do? Well, if you have soft water that is low in calcium, you can always add some. Now, how much do you add? Well, it depends on the style. So you're going to have to look at the water style guide for each style, especially if it's maltier or if it's lighter, like a Pilsner, that is very soft water and doesn't need as much calcium. If it is a hoppier beer, you can add gypsum salt for a more crisper, drier sort of taste. But it all depends. So, what's kind of style and what do you have? Well, let's talk about what you don't want to have, though. That's also important. One, in the hard water category, you might have an iron issue. Depends on how many parts per million are coming in from your well. You will need a water softener for sure, but also after you get above 1 parts per million in the raw water sample, you're looking at probably either a carbon filter, I believe, or an iron filter as well. Um, that's not just for your brewing, by the way. That's also going to be for your just showering and general cooking needs and stuff like that, and water drinking needs. So, um, it's something to definitely look at. And if you have those issues at your home, having a water uh, area person in your area who services water sort of things on your and water softeners, having them come out and have a look. They'll analyze the water. You could also go to I got a kit a few years ago at Lowe's, and just a quick little water kit. It had the hardness, the pH, it had the how much iron was there in there and everything. Now, um, what can you do about that if you live in a situation where it's hard water and um, you need the iron out? Well, an RO system might be the way to go then, because you can always add stuff to it, back to it, like calcium and stuff, but not you can't get stuff taken away once it's already in your mash. It's already too late. I also wouldn't look at doing a water softener type of water, because if it goes just from the water softener to your brew as opposed to no RO in the middle, um, you're removing all the calcium. So you can use the water softener, but you just have to add the calcium back. Generally, you're not adding too much salt or sodium to your brew, so you don't have to worry about that. But the water softener removes the calcium, so you need to put it back in for your brew. Um, I've seen some people say, "Well, I live in hard water. I'll just use that for brewing. It would be great for my stouts and stuff." Maybe, but if you have iron in there, you probably don't want that. You're also going to stain all your stuff orange with iron rust and stuff. So I would keep that in mind. But in general, I would make sure you don't have iron in there, um, and you're putting calcium back in those situations. Now, let's say you are in city water and it has a slight smell to it. Maybe you need a carbon type filter or an RO system as well. That would help your drinking water, your cooking water, but also for your brewing as well. But that is all I have. Trying to keep this sort of high level because it's anything deeper gets real more scientific. But in general, if you can drink your water straight from a glass from your wherever your source is, that is going to be good water. If it smells or anything like that, you want to look at a filter type system, or even just purchasing spring water from the store. That will generally have some minerals in there, but I would look at adding more potentially. And then the Lowe's test I mentioned that you can get off the shelf, I think it was like $7, and there's like 2 or 3 tests in there, so you can always test it that way. Um, or even have like a water specialist come out, test your water to see what you might need. That'd be more specific to you, of course. So keep that in mind. Um, Hope this is helpful. It is came from a couple questions I had got from my last brewing on the well water video. That goes more into specific just well water type issues. So I wanted to be a little more high level in this one. Um, Shoot me any questions you have in the comments, and please subscribe as well. Always appreciate that. But thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing. Cheers.